It's surprising that someone like you, who grew up in a single-parent household and didn't even finish high school, managed to marry my brother. Our family is nothing like yours. Don't you feel the difference? Doesn't it feel weird sometimes knowing that you come from such a different background? I mean, let's be real. It's almost like you won the lottery or something, right? Like, marrying into our family is such a huge upgrade for you. You must feel that deep down, right? I don't think about it like that at all, but why are you saying this all of a sudden? You've hardly ever spoken to me before, and now you're bringing up all this out of the blue? Did something happen to make you feel like this, or is there some reason you're saying this now? Well, actually, I guess you could say that there is something going on. The truth is, I'm getting married. Can you believe it? Aren't you shocked? Wait, what? You're getting married? That's amazing. Congratulations. But what does that have to do with what you were just saying about me and my background? I don't quite get how those two things are related. I mean, it's great news and I'm happy for you, but what's the connection? Well, here's the thing. Now that I'm getting married, there's a few things that I'll need your help with. That's actually why I reached out to you today. I thought it'd be a good idea to remind you of your place before I asked for any favors. You know, just so there's no confusion about where we stand in the situation. I'm still not really following. You're getting married and now there's something you need me to do? I mean, sure, if it's something I can do, I'm happy to help, but I'm really confused about why you're making it sound like this. I just want to understand what's going on here. Can you explain a bit more clearly? So let me give you the full picture. My fiancé is actually the son of a very wealthy and successful businessman, a company president to be exact. His family has invited me to their home for a formal introduction, and it's a really big deal. You know how important these things are, right? Anyway, that's where you come in. I'm going to need you to drive me to their house. You can do that, right? You want me to drive you to meet your future in-laws? I mean, okay, I can do that if it's important to you. But why can't you just drive yourself? It's your fiancé's family, after all, not mine. Surely you'd feel more comfortable driving yourself. Because I might be offered alcohol at the dinner, obviously, and if I'm drinking, then I can't drive home, can I? So I need someone else to handle that for me, and that's where you come in. It's not like you have anything better to do, right? Plus, I mean, come on, you're the one who married into this family despite being a high school dropout from a completely different background. You're not exactly in a position to refuse, are you? Ah, I see. So that's the reason. Well, all right. I guess I can drive you if that's what you need. I just wanted to understand what was going on. So after I drop you off, do you want me to wait outside while you're inside meeting with your future in-laws? Is that what you had in mind? Exactly. That's the plan. I don't want you trying to come inside or anything like that. It would be embarrassing for me if you did, you know? I'm going to be marrying into a very high-status family, and let's face it, we both know that you don't fit into that world. I'm a highly educated, successful woman, and I am marrying into a family that reflects that. My life is going to be on a whole different level, far beyond anything you've ever experienced. So don't try to make yourself a part of that. Just drive me, wait outside, and stay in your place. Oh, and I should probably remind you not to get jealous of me. I know it must be hard, but at least try to keep your feelings in check. You didn't get the education or the career, so at least work on having a better attitude. That's the least you can do, right? Jealous of you? I don't really see why I would need to be. Honestly, I'm pretty content with my life just the way it is. I'm not looking to live anyone else's life, and I certainly don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. But I'm glad you're happy with your plans. Right, sure. That's exactly what someone who's jealous would say, but it doesn't really matter. You can say whatever you want, but we both know what's really going on. You're just trying to cover up how you really feel, but you're not fooling anyone. It's fine, though. I don't expect you to admit it. Okay. Well, I've said my piece. I understand what you're asking, and I'll help you out with the driving. Just let me know the details of the day and time when you've got everything confirmed. I'll have to arrange my own schedule around it since I have work to consider as well. But I'll make it work if you need me there. Just keep me posted. Well, as long as you know what your role is, that's all I needed to hear. I'll send you the details once everything is confirmed. Looks like they're leaving. Can you come back now? Where are you? Got it. I was just working at a cafe. What's up? That was fast. Well, a funny thing, the moment I brought you up in the conversation, they started wrapping things up pretty quickly. But hey, I managed to get a good laugh out of them, so that's a win. Wait, what do you mean? What exactly did you say? Oh, I just introduced you to my fiancé as the family slave. You know, I told him about how our family had this poor girl from a single-parent, low-income background who somehow managed to marry into our family. You should have seen their reaction. They thought it was hilarious. What? Wait, are you serious? Sorry, I can't stop laughing. That's wow. Unbelievable. Excuse me? Why are you laughing? Have you completely lost your mind, or are you one of those people who gets a kick out of self-deprecating humor? No, it's not that. It's just that you really said that? You really went ahead and told them I'm the family slave? Oh, wow, you might have just shot yourself in the foot with that one. Yikes, I think you're in trouble now. What are you even talking about? Why would that be a problem? I mean, come on, I'm just stating the facts here. You really are a high school dropout from a single-parent household who ended up marrying my brother. That's a huge step up for you. These people are rich. They even have housekeepers. I'm sure they found it funny because it's just true. Well, yeah, I think they were laughing more at you than with you. You just gave them a lot to think about, and not in a good way. What are you talking about? There's no way that's true. I told you they were laughing with me. They weren't offended at all. Oh, sweetie, I am so glad they're the kind of people who can take a joke. But, you might want to reconsider your future marriage plans. It might not be happening after what you just said. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You are really starting to get on my nerves here. Well, you know how you arrived a little early for the meeting? You know how your fiancé and his father were running a bit late? Yeah, what about it? So, funny thing, after I dropped you off, I went to that cafe nearby to get some work done. And guess who happened to walk in? Your fiancé and his father. Turns out it's one of their regular spots. Small world, huh? Wait, what? What are you talking about? How did you even know it was them? And why were they there? Oh, well, that's simple. I've known them for a while. Your fiancé's father, he's a client of mine. Wait, what? Yeah, I designed for his company. I mean, you wouldn't know that because, well, we don't really talk about work much, do we? But yeah, I'm kind of a big deal in their circles. Been working with them for a few years now. You're kidding me. You know them? You've been working with them? That's right. I've done so much work for them that they even told me they couldn't do without me. We've built up quite the professional relationship. In fact, during our little chat, your future father-in-law mentioned that they were on their way to meet you, his son's fiancé. I couldn't help but mention that I had just dropped you off as your soon-to-be sister-in-law. It got a little awkward after that. Oh my God, you didn't. Yep, they realized you were talking about me, the person their company relies on. So we both kind of figured we'd keep it quiet for now. I thought it'd be better for you to tell them yourself when you were ready. After all, it's a bit delicate, don't you think? Oh no. Oh, no. You're telling me that I just made fun of you, the one person my fiancé's family depends on for business, and they knew the whole time, and I said all that stuff? Pretty much. You've really outdone yourself this time. Congratulations, you've made quite the impression. Oh my God, what did I do? I'm standing outside their house right now ringing the doorbell, but no one's answering. What if I ruined everything? Well, they might be avoiding you. I'm getting texts from them right now, actually. Your fiancé's dad just asked me if you've always been this difficult. No. Stop. Don't respond to that. Please, you've got to help me fix this. They're probably just busy, right? Maybe they're in the shower or something. Oh, sure, both the father and the son are probably taking a long bath together. Or, maybe they're having a little chat about how their impression of you is completely changed after tonight. But hey, whatever helps you sleep at night. No way, they wouldn't just ignore me like this, right? I mean, he loves me. He's probably just busy. He's probably trying to figure out what to say after I embarrassed myself. That's it, right? I mean, you can tell yourself whatever you want, but the fact that I'm still getting messages from them and you're not, well, that says something, doesn't it? This can't be happening. You really should have kept your mouth shut. I mean, you're always going on about how you're so educated and how you've got such a great future ahead of you. But it seems like all that self-proclaimed intelligence just goes out the window when you're trying to show off. Now look where it's gotten you. I didn't mean it like that. I was just trying to impress them. Well, mission accomplished. You've definitely left an impression. Unfortunately for you, it wasn't the one you wanted. Maybe next time you'll think before you speak. Oh, no. I can't believe this is happening. I just got a message from him. He says he's having second thoughts about the wedding. He wants to meet and talk, but he says that after today, he's not sure if he can see a future with me anymore. Ouch, that's rough. Well, you did bring this on yourself, You thought you were being clever, but all you did was dig yourself into a hole. I'd suggest taking this as a learning experience. This is a nightmare. I quit my job because I thought we were getting married soon. I have nothing left. You have to help me fix this. You owe me that much. Owe you? Oh, no, sweetheart. I don't owe you anything. I did my job today. I gave you a ride like you asked, didn't I? Everything that happened after that, that's on you. You're the one who decided to start bad-mouthing me to your fiancé's family, not me. You're going to have to live with the consequences of your actions. But you have to help me, please. Just tell them it was a joke. You know how I am, right? I didn't mean any of it. It was just my twisted sense of humor. Please just tell them that we're really close and that I always joke around like that. Oh, I don't think so. Why would I stick my neck out for you, especially after you've been so nasty to me? You've shown me exactly what you think of me. I'm not going to lie for you. Besides, you're the one who needs to take responsibility for what you said. You're an adult, remember? You should know by now that words have consequences. No, please! You can't just leave me like this. I don't know what to do! Sorry, but this is your mess to clean up. Maybe next time you'll think twice before you try to tear someone down just to make yourself feel better. Good luck explaining all of this to your fiancé. You're going to need it.
Carson, I sincerely apologize for what happened earlier. Haley caused you so much trouble, and as her father, I must apologize once again. I never imagined she would go so far as to physically attack you.
Harold, thank you for reaching out. You've already apologized profusely, and this really has nothing to do with you. Please, don't worry about it anymore.
But still, Haley, it's just baseless resentment on her part, nothing more. I can't believe how far she's gone, especially on social media. She's caused you even more problems there.
Ah, yes, about that. You don't need to worry. I have some strong connections when it comes to these things, and they've helped me out. Everything's been dealt with, but I'm afraid we might end up in court, fighting your daughter there, so I do apologize in advance for that.
I'm truly sorry. I know this can't be solved with words alone, and I believe Haley must face the punishment she deserves for her actions. Whatever you decide to do, I won't interfere. In fact, I would be grateful if this becomes an opportunity for her to truly reflect on her behavior and change it for the better.
Hearing that gives me a sense of relief. I didn't think it would come to this, but if you feel that way, then I won't hold back. Haley needs to face the consequences, and I'll be strict about it.
We, as her family and relatives, have had enough. We've been reflecting on the fact that we've been too lenient with her all this time, and this is the result. From now on, even if she comes crying to us begging for help, we won't offer her any. She's made her choices, and she needs to take responsibility for them.
Sounds like she's been causing trouble for quite a while, hasn't she?
Oh, absolutely. When she was sued for hitting her ex-fiancé, we paid the settlement on her behalf and got the case resolved. Then there was the time she bullied one of her classmates so badly, breaking their things and leaving them emotionally scarred. We had to step in and apologize to the furious parents. And now this. I believe her entire life has been one where someone was always cleaning up after her messes. That's how she's turned into someone with such a twisted sense of entitlement.
It sounds like she really needs to do some soul-searching after everything that's happened. It's about time she takes a long, hard look at herself. I understand now. I'll be moving forward with the appropriate legal actions against Haley, and I won't be showing her any mercy. Please prepare yourself for that.
Thank you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Haley needs to face the full consequences of what she's done. This time there won't be anyone to rescue her from her own mistakes. We've protected her long enough, and it's time she learns a harsh lesson. I know this will be difficult, but it's the only way for her to truly understand the weight of her actions.
I appreciate your understanding. Honestly, if she doesn't learn from this, she never will. You and the rest of the family did everything you could for her, but it's time she grows up and takes responsibility. She's no longer a child. I'm not going to hold back when it comes to ensuring that justice is served, even if it means taking her to court.
You're absolutely right. I've come to accept that if she's ever going to change, it'll only happen if she's made to face the consequences head on. And we're all done bailing her out. She's brought this upon herself. We can no longer protect her from the repercussions of her own behavior. So, whatever you need to do, we fully support it. I won't interfere in any way.
That means a lot to me, thank you. It's unfortunate that things turned out this way, but it's the reality of the situation. Haley needs to understand that there are limits, and she's crossed them. I hope that this will be the turning point for her, even though it's going to be painful. But sometimes the hardest lessons are the ones that teach us the most. How are you doing? I mean, the last time we saw each other, you were trying to tackle me and ended up falling into the river yourself, rolling around and getting swept away. That must have been quite the spectacle. I heard you just escaped with a fracture, though. Lucky you. It's always better than something more severe, right? But seriously, why did you even dodge me? And how on earth did you realize I was there in the first place? Well, it wasn't anything special. I wasn't listening to any music or anything, so all my senses were working normally. It's almost like I could feel your murderous intent or something like that. It's strange, isn't it? Are you seriously mocking me right now? Maybe just a little bit. I mean, come on. That whole situation was totally ridiculous. You actually tried to tackle me and shove me into the river. Can you believe it? You know what? I absolutely won't forgive you for that. I'm going to sue you. You have no idea how serious I am about this. Well, you know there were other witnesses around, right? It's clear that you completely attacked me and ended up self-destructing in the process. Quite a few people have already testified on my behalf, so really, there is nothing you can do about it. If you were trying to intimidate me with threats, I'm afraid it's just too late for that. You've lost. You're only saying that because you told my fiancé all sorts of bad things about me, didn't you? Are you enjoying the fact that my engagement has been broken? Honestly, I don't have any feelings about that, one way or the other. I'm just telling the truth about what I was asked when people inquired about our situation. If you had been kind and nice to me from the start, I would have definitely conveyed that to everyone as well. So, from now on, I'll treat you kindly. Look, the emotional scars I've endured won't just heal completely with a few nice words. You ridiculed me for being a high school dropout from a single-parent household, and that cut deep. Sure, I may be a dropout from a single-parent family, but I received a lot of love from my parent during that time. Despite my background, I worked hard to establish my current status, and I did it on my own terms. I never wanted to live my life relying on men, quitting my job with the assumption that I would get married, only to end up frustrated and resentful if things didn't work out. Shut up! I've already been through enough suffering. Don't lecture me anymore about how I should live my life. And you, calling yourself a designer, aren't that impressive at all, in my opinion. It seems like you have a ton of haters on social media, right? If you keep getting so full of yourself, won't those numbers just increase even more? Oh, about that, all the haters you mentioned, that's all you, isn't it? You're the source of all that negativity. What are you talking about? I was recently thinking that the number of nasty haters has increased out of nowhere. It seemed suspicious, and then I found out that it's all from the same person. I was right to be suspicious because it often turns out that way in cases like this. What? Don't spout nonsense. There's no way I could know something like that. Oh, you totally can. I looked up the IP addresses, and it was easier to find out than I thought. If I hadn't been able to figure it out, I would have had to take other measures, but thankfully, you hadn't put any precautions in place. You really didn't think this through, did you? What? What is that? Stop making things up. It can't possibly be true. I'm not making it up. I have professionals on my side who handle these matters. And sorry, but I have a wide circle of acquaintances. I even know lawyers personally. So I'm going to sue you for defamation, and you can't stop me. Huh? What are you talking about? We're family, aren't we? That may have been the case, but once you commit a crime, that changes everything. You should realize that it was a mistake to turn me into your enemy. If you go through with that, my family won't just sit back and watch. I've already received permission for this. Honestly, I've been instructed to tear you apart because of this, and you won't like the consequences. Wait, what? You can't be serious. No one would say such a thing. Haven't you noticed? You haven't heard back from your family lately, have you? Your family changed the locks on the house, so you can't get in anymore. They've made it so that you have no place to go and no one to rely on. If you want to live in self-deception, that's fine, but if you plan to use people as stepping stones for your own benefit, then you better take responsibility for your actions. That's not fair. I get it. I may have gone too far. I'm really mentally shattered right now after my engagement was called off. Oh well, that's not my concern. I'm not so nice that I'm going to take care of your mental health issues. Society isn't soft enough to cater to the whims of the incompetent. You need to experience hell at least once to understand your position, you fool. I'm not here to coddle you or provide comfort. You think that just because you have a few people on your side, you can come at me with these threats? It's all just empty noise. You're still the same person who tried to push me into the river and make a fool of yourself. Don't forget that. I'm not someone that can be intimidated easily. You are all bark and no bite. If you had any real strength, you wouldn't have needed to resort to such cowardly tactics. Instead of blaming me for your misfortune, you should take a long, hard look in the mirror and realize who you really are. You've made choices that have led you down this path. You want to talk about choices? Look at your own. You've chosen to surround yourself with negativity and hostility. It's no wonder people have turned against you. You can't expect to treat others poorly and then cry victim when they retaliate. Life doesn't work that way. I may have made mistakes, but I am ready to face the consequences. I won't hide behind lies or deception like you. I have learned from my past, and I'm moving forward. If you think you can drag me down with you, think again. Haley was frantically trying to reach out to her relatives, desperate to apologize for her recent behavior. However, the relatives had already been informed of all the events that had transpired by me. They were not just disappointed, they were utterly exasperated with her actions. In a rather cold and final manner, they communicated to her that they would be cutting ties with her completely. This news must have struck her like a thunderbolt, leaving her feeling utterly alone. Now, in addition to losing her engagement, Haley found herself in a precarious situation without a job. To make matters worse, she had suffered a fracture, adding a physical pain to her emotional turmoil. The recent events must have taken a severe toll on her mental health, and now she was also facing the impending legal consequences for the defamation she had committed against me. As a result, Haley's mental state has reportedly become incredibly fragile, to the point of being in tatters. Despite this, I have decided to show no mercy towards her. In light of all that's happened, I genuinely hope that this situation serves as a crucial turning point for her. It could be the catalyst that compels her to engage in some serious self-reflection about her actions and the harm she's inflicted on others. If she can truly confront the reality of her behavior, there is a possibility for her to embark on a path of rehabilitation and personal growth. It's essential for Haley to come to terms with the implications of her actions. Life has a way of presenting us with unforeseen challenges. While the temptation to blame others or lash out might be strong, it's crucial for individuals to take responsibility for their choices. In Haley's case, she seems to have lost sight of this fundamental truth. The tangled web of deceit and malice she spun not only led to her current dismal situation, but also damaged her relationships with the people who once cared about her. Now, with her family distancing themselves and her future hanging in the balance, perhaps she'll finally begin to see the repercussions of her choices. The journey towards recovery and self-improvement is often long and filled with hurdles. However, if Haley is willing to face her past mistakes head-on and strive to make amends, there is a chance for her to rebuild her life. This process won't be simple or quick, but genuine change is possible with dedication and effort. This unfortunate experience could be the wake-up call that propels her toward transformation. Instead of sinking deeper into self-pity or engaging in more destructive behavior, she has an invaluable opportunity to learn from her past mistakes. Coming to terms with the pain she's caused and seeking forgiveness is a critical step in this journey. As she grapples with the legal repercussions of her actions, I hope she takes a moment to reflect on the choices that led her here. Defamation is not a trivial matter. It carries serious consequences, and its impacts can extend far beyond what she might have anticipated. It's about more than just facing legal action. It's about understanding the weight of her words and the profound impact they've had on others. I strongly encourage Haley to reach out to those she's hurt, not merely to offer apologies, but to genuinely understand their perspectives and feelings. Cultivating empathy is an essential component of healing, and it's something that she desperately needs to develop. Without empathy, she may find it challenging to connect with others and to build relationships in the future. Additionally, I hope she manages to find a support system that will encourage her growth and transformation. Isolation can lead to despair, and while her relatives may have severed ties, there are still others in her life who might be willing to help her if she demonstrates a sincere desire to change. Seeking guidance from those who care about her can be an invaluable part of her healing journey. It's vital for Haley to realize that her past mistakes do not define her identity. She has the potential to create a brighter future for herself if she's willing to acknowledge her faults, make amends, and commit to a path of self-improvement. The journey to personal redemption is often filled with challenges, but it can also lead to a profound growth and fulfillment. Ultimately, the choice is hers to make. She can either choose to continue down this path of self-destruction or take proactive steps toward turning her life around. The task ahead of her may seem daunting, but it's important to remember that every journey begins with a single step forward. I sincerely hope that Haley opts for the latter path. The journey towards redemption is rarely easy, yet it is invariably rewarding. The ability to forgive oneself and move forward is a testament to an individual's strength and resilience. If Haley can embrace this journey, she may discover that life has so much more to offer than the bitterness and resentment she's been clinging to. A world filled with opportunities awaits her, but she must first be willing to confront her past and take the necessary steps to make amends. As she navigates this challenging period, I will be watching from a distance, quietly hoping for the best for her. It's high time for her to take control of her life, confront the consequences of her actions, and strive for a better future. This is her moment to rewrite her story and transform herself into the person she was always meant to be.
Liz, because of what's going on, I'm gonna have to be blunt here. I'm not sticking around with an old grandma anymore.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that I'd rather be with a young woman any day, as opposed to with you. I had been trying my best to stick around with you for a while now, but as I knew what would happen, I've reached my limit. So can we get a divorce?
What are you saying, Randy? Huh? Are you being serious right now?
I mean, Liz, you're already 39 years old, right? You and I are 9 whole years apart in age. Back when I had married you was a time in which I was excited to be with an older woman, and so were a lot of other men. But now I wonder why the hell I ever got married to you in the first place. Even your skin feels a lot worse than that of a young gal's. And so with that, let's get divorced.
Have you hit your head on something? You know all that I've done for you up until now, right? And do you know why I'm in the hospital right now?
I know why.
I'm here to give birth to our baby. Yet during this very important and stressful time of our life, you're going on about wanting a divorce?
A 39-year-old giving birth to a baby is really the most disappointing thing I've ever heard of.
What?
And that's why I'm asking for a divorce. I'm telling you right now that I have another woman that I love. And she's a young gal whose skin is as soft as cotton candy. So that little brat that you're gonna give birth to isn't gonna get any love from me.
Wait, Randy, can you not see how much of a jerk you're being right now? I've known for a bit now that you've been acting suspicious and probably had another lady, but I didn't think you'd drag all of that this far and into a relationship. What the hell are you talking about? I'm having a really hard time understanding what's going on with you. Is this all supposed to be a joke? Your timing is the worst for it. Why don't you go find somewhere to calm down a bit and rethink what you've just said to me?
Why don't I? Because while you've been in the hospital getting ready to give birth, I've moved out of the house.
Huh?
The apartment has been your place for the longest time now, even before I came, so it has nothing to do with me anymore. I moved all my things and myself out of there and left the divorce papers on the counter for you. Go ahead and fill the rest in for me and hand them in.
Are you kidding me? I just had your daughter, Randy. What the actual hell are you going on about? Calm down right now, please.
I'm calm right now, Liz. No matter how you try and get me to stay with you guys, I'm never gonna love that little brat of yours. That thing is none of my business. And I can't even believe that you thought about having a baby at your age in the first place.
You're being a monster right now. She's your daughter as well, right? And after all the effort I have put into carrying and birthing her, you're going to say awful things like that? I'm not going to forgive you for this.
I couldn't care less if you forgave me or not. I'm never going to be seeing you ever again after this, so have fun being upset with me.
You don't even plan to ever come to see your baby's girl's face? This has all got to be some sort of joke.
I told you plenty of times now that it's not a joke. This is all very real and not a dream. I don't have the confidence to love a baby that was birthed by some old grandma at the age of 39. I don't even want to know what the poor soul looks like after coming out of you, so hurry up and leave me when you get home.
Well, then I'm never letting you see the two of us ever again.
Thank God. Now I'm on my way to being a free man again. I'm gonna have a lot more fun in my second life. I was never going to stay with you once you turned 40, and having to raise that kid beside you would have been hell. Thank God you're okay with going away. Goodbye now, Grandma.
But can you promise one thing to me before you go?
What?
I'll agree with getting the divorce, but in return for that, you're never to come back to me or my daughter if you ever need any help.
I don't plan to ever see you guys again. There's no reason for me to in the first place, so I promise to never come around you two again. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Well, if you're going to promise me that, then we can get a divorce. And of course I'm going to be getting full custody of my daughter.
You can have it. I don't even want to think of that brat as being mine.
Alright then. You may be one of the worst men on the planet, but thank you for giving me my beautiful daughter. Now please never show your face around us again.
I never will. But that also means you and that brat can never come looking for me either. Bye-bye, Grandma.
Goodbye forever, you pile of trash.
It's been a while, Liz. I'm going to the wedding right now.
Excuse me? But who is this?
You know who I am. I'm the father of today's wedding bride. I've been looking forward to this wedding for a long, long time. And so today, I'm going to meet with her.
Hold on for a moment. What are you talking about? Do you still think that you're her father? Even after a whole 20 years have gone by and you've said nothing to either one of us, what are you trying to do by texting me all of a sudden?
I wanted to tell you that I'm going to that wedding. This is going to be a very emotional day for all of us when I finally get to see the daughter of mine that was taken from me.
Huh? I'm not quite sure how you even figured out where her wedding would be today, or that she was even getting married in the first place. But stop trying to be obnoxious by sending me all these texts.
Well, I'm the father of the bride, so I'm allowed to be at that wedding.
This is getting out of hand. Can you please open your eyes for a sec? Do not come over here. Did you forget about the promise you made to me 20 years ago that allowed me to divorce you? Hey, are you listening to me right now?
Why did that happen? Why was everyone being so crazy with me when I got in there? Is everyone at that wedding a freak? Tossing me out of my own daughter's wedding? I'm her friggin' father.
Is it time that you'll be willing to open your dang eyes finally? The way you came in looking like trash and causing all that embarrassment for my daughter. And another thing, you need to stop calling my daughter yours.
Why do I have to stop? She's my daughter too.
After not even being in the hospital room with me while I gave birth, you threw us out. And then you chased after a young woman and left us for a very long time. And after 20 years, you're all of a sudden back here trying to get into my daughter's wedding? I can't think of another reason as to why you're doing this besides that you really messed up with your head while you've been gone.
You can call me messed up all you want, but what else was I supposed to do today? That young gal lied to me and got me stuck with her and all of the debt she had. And so me being messed up right now is not my dang fault. I was lied to and played for a fool. I didn't plan on turning into a bum after I left you.
I don't care what happened with you and that girl because I don't care about you. You're a stranger to us all, and you said you'd never come back to us, right? You promised that. She has no clue who you are, and she even said that to your face today.
And that was screwed up big time. That is not something she should ever say to her parents. Have you not been raising her properly this whole time? Are you sure this is all because you're too old and can't handle kids?
What? What the hell are you trying to do right now after saying things like that about my daughter and I? You're blaming my way of raising her because she was so worried by some random men coming into her wedding and having him thrown out? I don't want to hear that crap out of your mouth ever again after you left us when she was only just born. If you want to know who's really at fault for today, I'd say your parents are because they obviously didn't raise you right. Well, at this point, I'm sure you already know, and so do your parents.
I want to know who that man is. And the father of the... What's that all about?
Huh? That's the man I got married to. Are you acting as though I needed to tell you anything about him, though? Do you still not see that you have no right being around us right now?
Why was that man that you married sitting in the seat that was labeled for the bride's father? That's my frickin' seat. If you start pissing me off any more than I already am, things are gonna get scary for you. Go tell those two idiot security guards that I'm okay and let me come sit there.
Why are you getting upset with me for no reason? Do you think that making threats like that will get me worked up?
What?
I'm really worried about what's gotten into you that's made you so screwed in the head. You're the one that threw us away years ago, right? And after 20 years of realizing how badly you messed up, you came on my daughter's biggest day looking like garbage to do what? Why the hell are you here, Andy? And why do you think you have any right to be here? Do you need something from us? Tell me right now.
You're the real piece of garbage for getting married again without telling me. I came back here to get my family back together.
Get your family back together? Huh, Huh? Do you think that my daughter and I are your family or something, Randy? We have a new family now, and you're not part of it. All you are is some stranger that we're starting to think might need to visit a psych ward. I don't want to hear anything about how upset you are that I got married again when you were the one that got divorced to me to run off with a young woman. I think you better zip that mouth of yours and keep it zipped.
Give me that seat back. She's my daughter.
Come on, Randy. It was nice of you to make me laugh a little, but your joke is getting old now. You have never even met my daughter before, so why do you keep thinking that she's your daughter after it's been 20 years? I think the only reason you've come out here for her is because you're broke. And so, this is all out of desperation now. That kind of thinking is only something a complete lunatic would have.
You don't have to take it that far. I am a bit worried about money right now, but I didn't come today for that reason.
Then, what's your reason for being here? Tell me right now.
I had heard that she was going to get married, and so I asked a friend about it that knows her, and she told me that the wedding would be taking place close by, so I thought it would be okay for me to come and see it. I was hoping for a very dramatic reunion after 20 years of never seeing any of you. I wanted us to all be crying out of happiness for being able to see one another again. But now that things have become so hectic, I have no idea what I'm doing here anymore. I had believed that we could all talk about each other's lives again.
Wait, why did you think that we'd all be open arms to you? There's no reason for us to be, right? There was no way this was going to turn into some sort of dramatic reunion. Have you even noticed the contradiction there is in your plan?
What?
You have never even met my daughter before.
And why does that mean anything? How would that contradict anything in my plans for today? I'm her father, and so she should be all happy and crying to see me.
You act like this would be a reunion with her, but this was her first time ever seeing you. Asking to have a dramatic reunion when you need to introduce yourself to her first? How come you thought this would actually play out so well for you?
Now that you say it back to me, I'm sure it would have been odd. But that's not all. She's my daughter, right?
I'm too tired to talk with you anymore about this. Did you think that being related to her by blood made you her father? I'm sorry, Randy, but my husband has been with my daughter since she was 3 years old and has helped me raise her since then. And so she calls my husband the father. And there's no changing that now. To her, it does not matter whether she's related to her by blood or not.
There's no way. That's a freaking lie.
You don't have to be able to believe it, but we all think that we're a family, and you can't do a thing about that. So, you can say what you want about us, but don't think it's going to bother us. We have nothing to do with you after all.
Even if she does see him as her father, she should still be a little curious about her real father, right? That's the whole reason I came here today to see her. Does me being here on her wedding day not make her really happy?
I think she does want to know more about her real father. It's normal for anyone to want to get to know their real parents if they never grew up knowing them. But I think after today, she no longer wants to get to know you.
Huh? Why?
You're asking me? Ha! Are you really that dense? You came into her wedding in some raggedy clothes and covered in what looks like soot. And you made a complete fool of yourself, embarrassing her on her wedding day. That right there might have just scarred her a little.
Scarred her? Why would that scar her any?
She's told me that she never wants you coming around her again now. Of course, she doesn't want you here anymore. And even after the wedding, she doesn't want you showing up. If you do come around her, or the rest of us again, we're calling the police and having you arrested. My husband knows a lot of the police officers in town, so he can make things happen quickly. So having you eradicated is all too easy for us.
Why would you do something like that to me? I only came here to see my daughter's wedding.
You just want the money that her husband has, right? And that's why we had you kicked out of there.
I don't know anything about her husband's money. Why would I know anything about that?
I can see that things are still not lining up in your reasoning. Well, it doesn't matter if you came here for his money or not, because he really has nothing to do with you. You're just the average bum to him is all. You ended up ruining your own life chasing after young girls. And that's why you came to this wedding today, hoping for some kind of money or something. Disgusting. You have nothing you can do to us now, so get lost.
I never thought you'd say such things to me. Does my daughter think the same thing of me?
You don't even know my daughter's name. So what do you think? I think after what you've seen today, you should finally understand, right? She doesn't want you around her anymore. You're just a ghost to her that hasn't been alive for the past 20 years. So you can stop trying to get involved with our lives. Now, goodbye.
Wait, please! Her husband has a lot of money then. Can you ask him just to give me a small amount? I just need enough to help myself get back on my own 2 feet again.
No, this was about money. Huh. You deserve to have no money, Randy, so I wouldn't want you getting spoiled by anyone. It was you, after all, that made your life the way it is now, right? So stop whining about not having money when you asked for it in the first place. Haha.
After that, Randy wasn't only thrown out of the wedding and never let back into it, but after throwing a huge fit in front of the wedding hall, the police came and gave him a citation for public disturbance. And after that, Liz and her family told the police that he'd been causing trouble for them all day, and now he's not allowed anywhere near them or else the police will arrest him, as Liz, her husband, and her daughter all put a restraining order on him. Once that had all played out, Randy was still left with a large amount of debt, and slowly began to fall victim to it. I think he's finally starting to regret everything he did in the end to Liz and her daughter. But to be honest, him regretting things now is way too late, and he should have been regretting what he's done a whole lot sooner when he may still have a chance with Liz.
Hey, Ginny. Are you there? You better answer me right now. Don't you know who this is? It's me, Paul. Hurry up and answer me, right now!
Paul, what the heck is this all about? Just what do you think you're doing talking to me like that, huh?
Well, I should be asking you the same thing, Ginny. What kind of way is that to talk to your husband when he just wants to talk to you, huh? You really need to learn your place. Do you know that? One of these days, that mouth of yours is going to get you in trouble.
First of all, you are not my husband, Paul. You and I are divorced now, so you don't get to call yourself that or talk to me like that. Do you understand me? We got divorced 3 years ago, and it's high time that you accept that and quit talking to me like this. Even if we were married, it still wouldn't be a good way to talk to your wife.
Oh, please. You really think that you can talk to me like this when you hardly do any work around the house? All you do is complain about being tired to get out of doing work, but somehow I'm supposed to be the bad guy here? Besides, I'll have you know that unlike when you and I were married, I'm loving being married to your little sister, Debbie. She's much kinder to me than you ever were. Also, you should know that she's just a better wife than you ever could be. And that's why the two of us got married after I was promoted to the head of my department. I need a wife of equal standing with my new position. And that's why I left you for her.
What are you talking about? Don't act as if that's why you left me for my sister. Besides, I heard that you were only promoted to that position last month. Isn't that right? It certainly took you long enough to get there, didn't it? Well, fine. Big congratulations from me. Is that what you wanted to hear?
That's right. I did take a long time, but all of my hard work finally paid off, and my company has finally recognized all that I've given to them. And just how did you find out that I was promoted anyways, huh? Have you been talking to people about me or something like that? Still trying to keep up with my life?
You wish that I had any interest in what was going on with you anymore. But unfortunately, one of the worst side effects of being your ex-wife is that everyone wants to talk to me about what you're up to. So I just happened to hear through the grapevine about your little promotion, if you must know. Although I really have no idea what your company was thinking. You must put on quite the different face for them there.
There we go. I knew that you were just jealous of me. You don't like it when anything good happens to me, and you never have. You really are just a mean, jealous woman, aren't you? Hey, what the heck is the matter with you, huh? Don't you ignore me! How dare you do that to me? Just who do you think you are? You don't get to do that. We weren't through talking. You answer me right now. I am not going to sit here and take this from you.
What do you want from me, Paul? Why on earth would I talk to you about this? What is there even to talk about? I have nothing to say to you. You and I haven't talked to each other for all the 3 years since you and I got the divorce. Did you really just break that nice, quiet, peaceful streak to brag about your promotion to me?
Of course that isn't all I wanted to talk to you about. The truth is that something has happened to your sister's back. She's not doing so well.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? What do you mean that something has happened to my sister's back? What happened? And what do you mean that she isn't doing so well? I don't get what you're trying to say with that.
I mean that something has happened to her lower back, and now she's having serious problems being able to move around. Does that make enough sense to you? She's actually in the hospital being looked at right now, but she can't even leave the house or her hospital without help moving around now. It really is tough seeing her this way. Things are really, really bad right now.
I see. Well, I didn't know that was going on with Debbie. This is the first that I'm hearing about it right now. Prior to this, I had no idea that she was having back problems and had trouble moving.
Well, that's what's happening now. She's having back problems and having serious mobility issues. So that's why I'm making her your problem and not mine.
What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean that you are making her my problem and not yours? What is meant by that? Please explain what those words in that order is supposed to convey to me, Paul.
What are you talking about? Do you really need me to spell out the meaning of those words that I just sent you in text form? Do you really need me to explain to you what I was trying to tell you with that message? What I'm saying is that it's obvious that your sister is better than you in everything, right? Surely we can agree on that first. And I think we can also agree that your sister has done a much better job of making me happy as my wife than you ever did when you and I were married. And so anyways, she's gonna be your problem, because you're going to donate part of your body to help cure her now, okay?
Excuse me? You think that I'm going to donate part of my body to my sister? And just when did you decide that for me, huh? Because this is the first that I'm hearing about any of this.
Well, it's not like I even wanted to come to you to make you do this or anything. But the doctors are saying that the donor has to come from the same family. So I don't know who else could do this but you. Come on. Your sister can barely even move now. And you're really going to get hung up on being a donor for her? I mean, are you really going to let what happened between you and us in the past affect her health in the present?
I'm sorry, but I really have no idea what you are going on about at all right now, Paul. I mean, I don't even have a sister, so...
What in the world are you talking about? You know that saying something like that isn't going to just make it come true through magic or anything, right? Are you seriously just going to let one of your family members suffer like this? You're being so selfish right now. I can't believe you.
Well, I haven't really heard anything about any of this from my sister. So until I hear it from her, I have no intention of just going along with whatever you have to tell me.
So you're really just going to let your sister go on suffering like this then? How could you do something like this? You know that you're both family.
Well, it doesn't sound like Debbie needs me. Otherwise, she would certainly have called on me already, right? So if she needs my spinal fluid or whatever, I don't care. I don't plan on sparing an ounce of my body for her.
Oh, come on! So you're really fine just letting your poor little sister go on like this? How can you be so cruel right now? I've never met someone so heartless!
Well, then you had better stop wasting your time trying to ask me for these kinds of favors, Paul. Especially since it's all your fault that I'm about to get really, really busy now. So just leave me alone and let me concentrate.
What does that even mean? No, I mean seriously, what do those words that you just texted me even mean? I don't get it. What do you mean, because of me, things are going to get busier for you? I don't understand what it is you mean by that. What do you mean that I'm going to make things even more busy for you?
I suppose it really is just better if you don't know what I am talking about now that I think about it.
I don't get what you mean by that. What are you talking about? I just wanted to talk to you about being a donor for your little sister, and now you're going on about something else.
Well, I already told you that I'm not going to be donating anything to my little sister. Besides, I don't even know if there is going to be a surgery.
What are you talking about? Of course there's going to be surgery. How could you even try and say that there wouldn't be a surgery when you didn't even know about any of this until I came to tell you about your sister's health problems and how she's having trouble moving now?
Jenny, oh my gosh. I can't believe what you did. I mean, really? Just where do you get off, huh? Why would you do something like this to me? I thought I told you to never ever tell our parents that I cheated with Paul and stole him from you. Why in the world did you have to go and tell them about what happened between the three of us now, after so much time had passed? It's all your fault that they won't talk to me even though I'm in the hospital right now. You are totally screwing me over right now.
Ah, Debbie. And here I was worrying that you would be too weak to even be able to respond to me since you were, as you said, in the hospital right now and trying to get a hold of people. But I think that you should be grateful to me instead. After all, I kept quiet to our mom and dad about how you and Paul had an affair and ran off to get married, didn't I?
I don't want to hear anything from you, you horrible, evil, no-good, backstabbing witch! If anyone should be getting pity right now, it's me. Don't you know that I'm in the hospital right now? Now, you are going to tell me right now why you waited this long to tell Mom and Dad about what Paul and I did that led you to getting divorced and us getting married, okay?
Well, that's just it. I think that you did something far worse to me than what you're going through right now. Besides, it's not like I lied to our parents or anything like that. All I told them was that you and my then husband Paul started to have an affair with each other. Then I explained how I found out that you two were seeing each other behind my back and that was why I was going to divorce Paul. Then I explained to Mom and Dad how after Paul and I got a divorce because I discovered him having an affair with you, that you two got married. Is that really so bad to tell our parents when I'm only telling them the truth about their children?
But, I mean, I didn't think that you were going to tell them that Paul and I were having an affair behind your back and that is the reason why the two of you decided to have a divorce after you discovered what was going on between Paul and I. I thought that you were going to keep it a secret from our family so that no one suspected anything bad about me. Especially not that I'm the kind of person to sleep with my sister's husband, thus leading them to break up so that I could then marry the very husband that I was having an affair with and who used to be married to my sister.
Well, that is why I said that you should be grateful that I had kept this a secret for so long. Because Mom and Dad were quite surprised to find out that you and Paul having an affair was the reason that we got our divorce, and that after Paul and I did get our divorce, that the two of you decided to get married.
But because you told Mom and Dad about me sleeping with Paul and your divorce and then me marrying Paul, now Mom and Dad aren't going to help me out with the money that I need to afford my surgery for my back. You are going to be the reason why I might not be able to get my surgery for my back that is preventing me from being able to move freely and is the reason why I'm in the hospital in the first place. But we're sisters! I thought that we were supposed to help each other. But instead, you had to go and betray me by telling Mom and Dad about how I slept with your husband behind your back and how that led to you and your husband getting a divorce, which then led to him and I getting married instead.
Well, I don't care how you see this situation because the fact of the matter is that you are not my sister.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean that I'm not your sister? Are our parents married or not? How can you say that you and I aren't sisters when we are part of the same family? That is what being sisters means.
No, the only reason that you think you can call me your sister is because our parents got married. But there is no other reason than that I should have any connection to you at all. We aren't even connected by blood. So I don't understand how you can say that we're a family when that isn't even true. Not only are we not connected by blood, but no sister of mine would ever sleep with my husband, thus leading him and I to getting a divorce, and then after that having the guts to marry that same husband. I remember when I found out about the two of you and first threatened to tell Mom and Dad that you and Paul were having an affair with each other behind my back. You told me to butt out and that it didn't matter since we weren't really related, remember?
But sure, I may not have wanted you to butt into my life when I was having that affair with Paul behind your back, but now I really, 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 really need you.
You really have got some nerve coming to me for help after you were sleeping with my husband behind my back, and then the two of you had the gall to get married after we got a divorce, and now you really think that I'll just give up part of my body to save yours? It just is not going to happen, okay?
Are you out of your mind? That just proves that you really do want to kill me. Don't you realize that this is going to make you a murderer? By not helping me, you're doing the same thing as killing me, got it? I mean it. If you don't donate what I need to fix my back, which is causing me health problems and is the reason why I'm in the hospital right now, then I could really die.
Hey, Ginny! What the heck is the matter with you? Are you seriously not going to help out your sister? The doctors figured out exactly what it is that's wrong with her. It's just a little bit of your spine, you know?
Well, I simply can't give her anything. I've already said this.
But you two are connected by blood! If you don't do this for her, then no one else can. The least you can do is have a doctor look at you to see if the transplant would be possible. Don't you want to save your little sister? We already asked your parents to get checked, and neither of them are going to be able to donate.
Well, I'm afraid that there really just isn't a point in asking me for help with this.
But don't you want your sister to live? I know that you two have issues, but you don't want her to die, right?
I'm sorry, but I don't intend to sacrifice myself for my sister. I don't care who it is, I just wouldn't do something like that. Especially not if they were my cheating sister and ex-husband asking for my help.
Hey, come on! There's no need to talk about us that way! That happened a long time ago!
You really are an idiot, do you know that? I wish that you would have just stayed in your small hometown and never left. But anyways, I am telling you that I just can't donate anything to my sister, so there's no point in even getting examined. Don't you know that I'm already donating my spinal fluid to my mom? I've been doing this since before we got married.
What are you talking about? I didn't know that you were giving that for your mom!
Well, why did you think I was going to the hospital so regularly? My mom also had back problems and needed a donor who would be compatible with her body. That's why I would go to the hospital to donate what I could to my mom. It was also why I was so tired around the house all the time and not able to clean well. But I know that I told you all about this. You can't say that you didn't know, just that you weren't listening.
So that's what all those hospital bills were about. I was always wondering about that.
I really am sick of having to deal with you. You only ever care about things that have to do with you.
What do you mean by that? It's not like I was never kind to you.
When I was feeling especially bad and bedridden with a fever, you were telling me to quit using the fever as an excuse to get out of doing my work. You berated me about how hard you work for us and how I never do anything and only care about myself. But you were the selfish one. I was just trying to rest in bed so that I could feel better and try to take care of the house.
But, I mean, how was I supposed to know that you were actually sick? Sure, you felt a little hot, but I thought that you just wanted to stay in bed all day and not do anything. Besides, I was only trying to help you. Everyone knows that a little light exercise can be good when you're sick.
You really think that I wanted to spend all day in bed hardly moving and feeling awful? I couldn't move because it was physically uncomfortable to. I was in real pain, Paul.
But, I mean, wait a second. Why am I even listening to this? This is clearly all an excuse that you just came up with right now. Just hand over your spine!
You really are an idiot, do you know that? I have no idea what I ever saw in you. But it's only thanks to the fact that Mom finally got treatment that I've been able to stop going into the hospital. Except now the doctors say that I've given so much to my mom that I really shouldn't be undergoing that procedure anymore at all. So even if I went into the hospital to get an exam to see if Debbie and I were compatible, it still wouldn't matter. The fact of the matter is that no doctor would approve of my donating anything to Debbie because of the risk it would pose to me.
So you're really going to try and use your own selfishness as an excuse to get out of saving your sister's life right now?
Yeah, I guess I am. I guess I will use my own medical condition to get out of a surgery, yes.
But then, why did you say any of this to begin with? If I had known that this was the case, I would have never asked you from the start!
You shouldn't have been coming to me asking for help in the first place, Paul. Besides, I would really start to worry about yourself, Paul. There are some big things coming your way, and soon you are going to be left with nothing. But don't worry, you'll only be getting what's coming to you. So good luck with that.
What the heck is that even supposed to mean? Don't you just leave after sending a message like that? I'm trying to talk to you here! Hey! Answer me right now! Ugh, you won't get away with this! What the heck is the matter with you, you evil woman? I know that you did this!
Oh my, I hope that you have a good reason for greeting with all this vitriol, Paul. This is no way to start a conversation with your ex-wife, you know.
Oh, shut up! I know that you did this! You're the one suing me, aren't you? I got your little court summons that you sent me. Are you seriously hiring a lawyer to use against me? You really have got some nerve! Do you know that?
Well, you see, in our state, it is perfectly legal for someone to sue another if they were at one time spouses and an affair happened. So yes, I am suing you. Do you have any other questions for me?
Well, what is this with timing, huh? You know that your sister's in the hospital right now. Why would you kick us when Debbie and I are already down? Don't you think that's taking things way too far?
I'm sorry, but this lawsuit is entirely from your own doing. If you and my sister hadn't done what you had done, then this wouldn't be happening. Although I suppose I did wait until the mood struck me to actually carry out the lawsuit. I suppose I was just waiting for the right opportunity to present it to you.
And you thought that it was okay to do this while your sister's suffering in a hospital?
And why should I show any mercy to you cheaters? You really think you deserve sympathy from anyone? But I wasn't just waiting for something like this. When we divorced, you were still just another drone in your office. Now that you've been promoted, your fall is going to be all that much sweeter.
Okay, I'm getting just a bit sick of talking about this affair. When are you going to get over it, huh? And what other choice did I have when you did nothing around the house all day?
I thought I already told you that I had a medical condition keeping me from being able to do that. And besides, what did you do but stay out all night and sleep in all day on your days off?
Oh, well, excuse me for having a real job and hours of overtime work. I guess I should have just let us become homeless instead.
You know, I think I finally figured out when it was that you and my sister started seeing each other. It was while I had that fever. I had to spend a couple nights in the hospital, and I remember you had called Debbie over to help move me. I may have had a fever and been slightly delirious, but I could see the sparks flying between the two of you. So was that when your affair started? While your wife was suffering in the hospital? Not only that, but you both had the guts to ask me not to tell my mom and dad about what the two of you had done.
What does it matter when it started? Was my sleeping or not sleeping with your sister going to fix you? Besides, you're just upset because I realized that my true love wasn't you, but your sister. And now you're just trying to carry out this petty revenge.
You have no idea the pain that you caused me when I caught you with my sister. From the day that I found out about you two, I swore to myself that I would make you pay. And every day since then has been waiting, biding my time. And when I heard that you had been promoted, I knew that was my chance. You thought that I was weak and lazy, so I used that to my advantage in crafting this plan. And after 3 years, the timing couldn't have been better. Not only had my own preparations been completed, but I heard that you were promoted. And then on top of that, my sister ends up in the hospital. It seems that the fates aren't on your side in this one, Paul.
But, I mean, if you've waited this long, then surely you can wait a little longer, right? Please, I just got promoted. You can't do this to me!
Oh, I'm afraid that I've put far too much work into this to listen to your begs for mercy now, Paul. While you were living your happy life remarried to my sister, I was busy plotting. I was out gathering evidence, taking photos, calling lawyers until I found just the one that I knew would see you hit the hardest with the book of the law. 3 years is a long, long time. But then again, you would know that, wouldn't you? You were working for this promotion for such a long time. Surely you wouldn't listen to someone who asked you just to wait a bit longer for your promotion since the timing didn't work for them, right? Well, now you can see the position you're putting me in. I'm going to see you and Debbie crushed and buried under your deceit and then leave you with nothing. If you're upset about all of this now, I just hope that in 3 more years you'll finally be able to understand why all of this is your fault and you deserve whatever comes next for the two of you. I heard from my mom and dad that Debbie still hasn't been able to find a suitable donor for her spinal issues. Instead, she's having to use medicine that takes its toll on her body. I also heard one of their piece of news that might have surprised me if it wasn't so predictable. And that was that Paul had cheated on Debbie while she was in the hospital. After I filed my lawsuit against the two of them, rumors began to fly around Paul's work about the kind of husband that he was. When his bosses found out that he had basically chosen his career over his wife, they chose to make an example out of Paul by demoting him and sending him out to work in one of the offices in the countryside. There, far from Debbie, Paul thought that he could get away with cheating on his wife. But somehow or another, Debbie found out, and so Paul ended up getting hit with a second case of infidelity, and that's how he got his second divorce. While I am still refusing to lift a finger to help my selfish sister, I do hope that one day she is able to find a donor for her condition. Either way, I just hope she doesn't learn from my example and walks away with the much better lesson that the best revenge is simply to live a happy life. Speaking of me, I continue with my life after the lawsuit. I continued going to work and eventually even found a boyfriend. I explained to him about my back condition, but he has been so understanding and has never ever tried to use it against me. I'm so happy that I finally found someone who cares about me in a way that I feel I deserve. Perhaps if I found this man earlier, my heart wouldn't have been pulled in the direction that led me to take revenge on Paul and my sister.
Kelsey, are you planning on coming to my wedding? Although you happen to be Andy's older sister, I hear that you are a middle school graduate that plans on coming to my wedding. All the other guests will be surprised to see you there, I assume. I mean, it is expected that everyone that shows has some form of education, or at least a job worth working.
Fern, how are you doing? It's been so long since the last time you and I talked to one another. What are you trying to say to me right now?
I shouldn't have to explain myself for you to understand what this is all about, right? I know for a fact that your little brother is a doctor, and you know that very well.
Yes, I am very aware of that, in fact.
Hearing that a doctor's older sister never even made it past high school? That is very hard for me to believe, even coming from the man I love. If that's really the case, though, then that must mean you are pretty much useless at everything, correct? Right now, I am really wondering why someone as skilled as Andy had to end up with such a waste of space as you, Kelsey.
Are you making all those claims about me only based off the fact that I only graduated out of middle school? When you had met with me previously, was that the same way you judged me then?
I could see that you looked very nice in that fine dress you had on. But when your mother was going to explain your situation to all of us, Andy stopped her and told her to keep it quiet, right? That's when I knew that something very fishy was going on. I could tell that you were the one in the family that everyone sees as taboo and most likely don't like very much.
So that's how you came to saying such unfortunate things about me. Well, you were very mistaken then. You just happen to have a misunderstanding of me and what I do as well as of my past then. I believe my brother was just being kind and making that whole meeting about you guys and not about me by having my mom shut up.
Well, I'm sure people could say it like that as well then. Andy knows that you're an embarrassment to your family, and that's why he restrained your mother from talking any further about you. I get that you guys are all trying to hide the truth from us.
Fern, I'm sorry to say this, but you are very much wrong about that. That was not Andy's plan whatsoever when stopping my mom.
You poor, poor thing. Not only do you have such a terrible education, but not even your parents spent any time raising you into a proper adult.
Excuse me?
What I'm saying is true, right? You never graduated high school after all. I understand your family tried their best to cover up what a stain you are on your family's image by dressing you up in such a nice dress. But I could tell the moment I saw you that it was all a hoax.
Are you sure about that?
When you become someone of my status, it's pretty easy to tell the truth from the lies. I work with things like flowers all the time as an expert florist, so I have a very well-trained eye for all sorts of things. The way you act is even a bit rough.
I can see that.
If you are planning on coming to our wedding, then I'd really enjoy it if you took some classes in becoming a responsible adult and learn how to have manners. If you're not able to do that for me, then you won't only be causing a lot of embarrassment for your brother Andy, but for his bride as well.
I would like to ask you this just out of my own curiosity. But what school did you end up studying at and graduating from to become such an expert florist as yourself?
Huh? And why would you like to know such a thing as that?
Is it wrong of me to ask?
Even if I told you where I studied, someone like you would never be able to understand its importance. I'm surprised you were even able to ask me what school I've gone to with such confidence as that.
Well, I'd really like to know where you've went before your wedding. You say that you are an expert florist and a teacher now at that. That must mean you'll be arranging your own flowers to decorate the wedding, correct?
I teach things like making bouquets and things like that. But I'm also able to teach things like flower arranging for weddings and funerals. I happen to be from a school that's taught me all of that. So not only can I perform, but I can teach as well. So if you're trying to ask me to help teach you anything about it, I'm afraid it's all too high level for someone who couldn't even make it out of high school. Perhaps you should try taking after your brother first, instead of asking me such brainless questions.
Well, that didn't quite answer my question, but I'll be looking forward to hearing more from you at the wedding. And I hope on that day you'll be willing to tell me what school you went to.
How's it going, Miss Never Graduated from High School? Have you finally been able to recognize the large gap in status between you and I?
You really have arranged all these flowers here well.
You're able to see just how amazing of a person and florist I am, right?
To be honest with you, I don't see one bit of what you're talking about.
I guess even this is too hard for someone with no education or upbringing to understand, huh? Come on now, do you want to give it a try?
You're asking me to?
You can go ahead and try arranging some flowers. I'm feeling confident about you. I happen to have a lot of flowers left over that you can work with.
I might end up making you look bad, but is that all right?
What?
Do you really think the way you have all these flowers set up is the right way to display them for your own wedding?
What are you talking about, Kelsey? I was able to do all of the arranging by myself, and that's made my marriage to Andy even more exciting today. I knew that something like flower arranging would be too much for someone who couldn't make it out of high school, nor was ever even raised properly by her parents.
Then I suppose I will have to arrange some flowers for you today.
Really? I'd like to see you try.
Well then, allow me to put all my knowledge and skill into making up some very beautiful pieces for your wedding today.
What the heck is that? What is the meaning of all this? Why were you able to make such a beautiful and outstanding arrangement of flowers?
I just happened to use the skills I had to make up that arrangement for you. Of course, these are skills I learned while studying flower arranging in Japan at the Royal Palace there.
What? Royal Palace? In Japan?
I seem to have found that large gap you were talking about before, Fern. How does it feel knowing about it now, too? Has this completely ruined your mental state, making you want to quit your job as a so-called expert florist?
What are you on about? Tell me right now. What do you mean you got to study doing flower arrangements at the Royal Palace in Japan?
I happen to be a professional florist. And, as such, I was invited to Japan to study at the Royal Palace there in a 3-month course learning all the different techniques they use over there. And the reason that my brother stopped my mom from ever telling you any of this before was to stop her from ruining your pride.
Huh? Ruining my pride? Why?
Because, unlike you, who is just a florist and a teacher of flower arranging, I am a professional in the field. And had you learned that I'm a very famous flower arranger, you might have taken that personally and lost confidence in yourself. So, based on timing and things like that, I was going to wait to tell you about myself another day.
So, you guys hid all of that about yourself for my sake?
I told you that already, right? My family wasn't going to just go all in on making you feel like you're worthless compared to me. We happened to really care about how you feel and wanted to make sure we did everything we could to make you happy.
But I was told you never graduated from high school. And that's why I just assumed you were some lowlife with no education. I don't get what's going on here. Telling me that you're a professional florist and things like that aren't making things easy for me. If anything, your saving all that until now has really caused me to freak out.
After I had moved from middle school to high school, I found out during an art expo that there was such a thing as flower arranging. I tried it out and found that I really loved the art and wanted to make a career with it, but didn't know how. When I asked the lady running the expo about it, she told me a lot of times professionals will travel the world learning all about the art of arranging. So during my second year of high school, I went and studied abroad in places like France and Italy, learning about flower arranging from the pros. I ended up staying out of the US for longer and longer, and when I finally felt I'd learned enough to make a career out of it, I moved back and by that point didn't return to high school, but instead got my GED. And after starting my work and making a name for myself, I was invited to the Royal Palace in Japan, where I learned even more about flower arranging and their ways.
What? That's what happened?
Just know that I have my GED, so it's not like I didn't technically graduate from high school.
So you're telling me you never did drop out of high school or anything like that?
Well, not like your average dropout anyway. Now, can we start looking forward to this wedding of yours?
How am I supposed to look forward to my wedding today after what you've done? I get that this is supposed to be my special day, but because you had to show off with your flower arranging, everyone's going to think I'm a joke. I'll lose everyone's respect in me and become a complete failure. At this point, there's no point in going on like this and having a wedding.
I understand that this might all be hard for you, but it's still the day of your wedding. I think you should stand back up and give it all you've got to make this day special for you and my brother.
Everyone that I teach is here at this wedding today. And right now, they're all starting to talk about having you as a teacher.
You can relax when it comes to that. It isn't often that I take in students under my wing, and it's very hard for me to even accept anyone. I don't even feel as though me teaching them at the stages they're all at would do them any good. Also, I don't have the time to teach anyone at the moment, as there is too much going on in my life.
Are you trying to say I have all the time in the world to teach them?
I'm not saying that in a bad way, Fern. It just happens to be that you are a teacher, so it's part of your job. So please don't get the wrong idea from what I've said.
I am not going to forgive you for all of this.
I'm really not sure why you are so upset with me over what's happened today, but you are supposed to be the bride today, correct? You had only asked me to take a try at arranging some flowers, and that's why I did so. If anything, I'm thankful that the bride asked me to do some of the arrangements for her wedding today. So please, stop trying to blame me for yourself being upset when you know it's not me who asked you to do all of this.
Well, even if I asked you to do all of that, I am not okay with what you've done.
Fern, can you please stop acting like a child right now? Can you please place away your hard feelings towards me and just enjoy your wedding today with my brother?
Why would this happen to me? What have you done? This is all your fault, Kelsey.
Hold on, what are you talking about now, Fern? It seems you happened to become a little too jealous of my abilities and ended up hurting yourself in the process of getting back at me? You tried to come up from behind me and push me into your wedding cake, only for me to move out of the way last second as you sent yourself into it. You made all your guests laugh a lot after that one. I never did anything to provoke what you did, so this is all on you, correct?
The wedding has been canceled, all right? Why are you doing all of this to me?
And why do you keep acting like I'm the one doing all of this to you? It just happens that my brother, my family, and yours, and all of your students that you invited are fed up with your childish behavior. And now the wedding is over because of that, right? What do you want me to do about this? I'm going to be honest that I can't do anything to help you out of the mess you've got yourself into now.
If you had never done something as needless as make those beautiful arrangements, then I could have given a wonderful wedding to all my guests as a happy bride.
It's all over now, Fern. So I think it's a better time than any for you to calm down a bit and think everything you're saying over.
I don't care about calming down right now. If you had never showed off in front of me and all the guests, I wouldn't have had to freak out and come after you. But you went ahead and made such a perfect set of arrangements today.
And I told you already that it's my job to make things perfect as I'm a professional and am paid to be. And this time, I really should have asked for some form of pay after all the work I put into those arrangements for you. But it's my brother's wedding as well, so I thought it'd be okay to provide that service to you all for free. Really, you just happened to not be as good as you thought you were, and so my flowers shined against yours. So please stop getting upset with me for doing what I've trained so many years to do. And I want to ask you to please stop teaching your students your form of flower arranging, as it's not good and they'll never be able to make money with it.
I don't give a crap about the flowers anymore.
And you call yourself a flower arrangement teacher? Shame on you, Fern.
You know dang well that the wedding was the most important thing to me today. I'm sure that with the way things turned out, Andy is going to want a divorce now. It's all because of you that my whole wedding and marriage has been ruined.
Fern, have you still not realized anything yet?
Still not realizing anything? What are you talking about?
The only one that's to blame for all of this happening to you isn't someone like me or my family, but yourself.
Huh? What do you want to say to me?
I was trying to make that very clear to you just a bit ago. You tried so hard to make yourself look good in front of me by gambling on me being bad at flower arranging. But after you realized that I was no joke and far more competent than you at this job, you fell short and began to freak out at the embarrassment of having all your students look up to me. And you have to realize that in doing all of that, you actually really embarrassed my brother as well, right?
I didn't mean for any of...
Even if you didn't mean to try and embarrass me and make me feel bad about myself, what's happened today is all because of your actions. Do you understand that?
I don't understand a thing about this. The fact that my wedding had to end up being canceled like this?
My brother had every right to ask for the wedding to be canceled after what you did to embarrass yourselves. You were trying to push me into the cake, but ended up falling into it instead. Your face wasn't only covered in loads of frosting, but your dress and everything was ruined and in tatters, right? Can't you see that by not canceling the wedding, things would have only gotten worse for you? I think Andy made the right choice here in having the wedding canceled. Now you should take from this that you have to stop acting like a spoiled brat and move on with your life.
You shouldn't have to say things like that about me. My heart is already broken, and you're going to call me a spoiled brat?
Also, I understand that you think highly of yourself for being a so-called expert florist and teacher, but you don't have any of the necessary requirements to be a teacher in that art, right? I believe you really need to find a new job for yourself, as you are no teacher, and if anything, you're a scam to all your students. So please stop calling yourself an expert in things like that for me. Your way of arranging is not good, and I wouldn't even put it as being standard level. I think that if you really want to go into this profession, you should start by learning from a professional.
But to become a professional would require me to spend money. What's wrong with me making a little money teaching students with how to do flower arranging my way?
What you are doing is not okay, as it's just another scam. And I've already explained this to my brother so that he can think on it.
What? Why would you do something like that to me?
I'm just trying to stop someone like you from posing as an expert and ruining the image of us real professionals. And can you stop saying you went to school for any of this? I told my brother to make sure you find something else to do besides working in flower arranging. So, you can have a word with him now about how things are going to go for you.
Kelsey, please. Can you please just forget about all this and go back to us both being kind sister-in-laws? I have finally been able to marry a doctor like Andy, and today was supposed to be the perfect day for me. I was having so much fun with everyone being so jealous of me, ending up in the perfect situation. Why did this have to happen to someone like me?
I'm not sure why, but I'm going to say no to that.
Why are you saying no? I'm asking you to please come back and be my sister-in-law.
Even if you ask me in the nicest way possible, I can already tell you haven't learned anything from today and you only want to make yourself feel good. Now good luck fixing that whole mess on your own. I'm sure things from here on out will be tough for you, but I think you should start by finding a new occupation besides working with flowers. Now, best of luck to you when you have that conversation with Andy. I'll be wishing for a future where I'll never have to run into someone like you again. In the end, the wedding was officially canceled and never was able to be finished. And as Kelsey was hoping for, there was never a moment after that day where her and Fern ever ran into one another again. Andy ended up learning a terrible amount about his wife and decided that it would be better to divorce her than sit around and wait for her to learn her lessons. And so, he told her that he no longer loved her and would be divorcing her. He wasn't going to ask her for anything in the divorce, as he already knew she didn't have much. But the one condition he stated was that she could never come around him or his family again after she was out of his house. Fern's parents also ended up giving up on her after her actions, and were not willing to listen to her complain and ask for help after she was divorced by Andy. And it wasn't just her parents either, but pretty much every person she knew showed no sympathy to her and didn't lend a helping hand. And as she sat there for months in her flower shop waiting for people to show up for months on end, she began to realize that there was no use in her being a so-called florist anymore, so she had to sell the shop and move away. She lost a lot of money not having any students or customers come in those months, and even selling the place didn't get her enough to break even on it. So when she moved away, she had to put herself into a very rundown apartment, with not a lot of foot traffic in the area to keep the rent down, which in turn left her with few options for work. But anything would be better than her being a scam to all her students and paying customers. She was surely asking for it when she tried to play games and embarrass someone like Kelsey. But such heartless games as that will only end oneself in a worse place than they started. And as you can see right here, Fern ended up as the embarrassed one, with Kelsey coming out on top.
Hi, Miss Watson. I just wanted to message you to say thank you very much for this truly auspicious event. I look forward to having your continued support in this.
Hello there, Dan. I know that you're the director, but there's no need for such formal greetings anymore. But I wanted to thank you as well, especially for your support. It's okay for you to call me Charlotte. Don't worry about my last name anymore. I hope that it's okay to address you by your first name. Is that all right?
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. I was just wanting to be more polite, that's all. But I'm afraid it might be weird to be so casual in front of other people.
Oh, please, we're about to become relatives soon, are we not? I would love for us to all get along and build a great relationship.
Ah, well, thank you for your kind words. I suppose I will just call you Charlotte from now on. It's nice being more on a first-name basis. It's so strange, but it makes me happy that we can be like this. So we're having dinner this weekend, and I've made a reservation at a restaurant that I'd like to go to with my family. Does 7 o'clock work for you?
Oh, going out for dinner? Is this where I'll be meeting all of the family for the first time? Yes, 7 works fine for me.
Okay, that's great. I'll make sure to tell Ryan about it as well, so that he'll be there on time. Hopefully, he should be flexible with that time. Okay, he just got back to me, and I confirmed everything with him. He said there's no problem with 7 o'clock for dinner.
Okay, great. So it's all sorted then. I guess that I'll see all of you at 7 o'clock for dinner. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone and getting to know them. Oh, but I do have one request, if that's okay to ask. I'm just wondering about something. I don't know, maybe I'm just a little anxious about this meeting. I know it's important.
Yes, of course, Charlotte. You can tell me anything, and I'll try my best to listen and see what I can do to help. But you do know that you can come to me for anything, okay?
Well, that's very kind of you, Dan. Does your wife know about the position that I'm in? Have you mentioned anything to her about me?
Oh, my wife? No. I've not gone into much detail about you with her. We haven't had many chances to talk lately. She's been acting a bit rude, and it doesn't make me want to have many conversations with her at all. I think that it's best for others to get to know you themselves instead of hearing things from people other than the person they're mentioning.
I see what you mean. I completely agree with that, Dan. Thank you for not saying anything. But I would like you to not tell your wife anything about me, okay? If they know about the information that you give her in advance, I'll have to be more careful with what I say, or she'll start judging me really quickly. I just want to build a good relationship with the mother of the groom. She'll soon be my mother-in-law, and I don't want to get on her bad side. When I talk to her, I plan to talk about the company, and then I'm more in control of what's being said. Is this all okay with you? I didn't mean to spring this on you too much.
No, of course. You're fine. I'll let you do the talking for yourself, and I'll make sure that everyone is on their best behavior for the dinner. I'm sorry for putting too much attention on you. I just wanted everyone to have a good time whilst they are getting to know you.
I get what you mean, but I just wanted to keep more of a low profile, so please don't worry too much about this. Just please don't tell your wife anything. That would be great. But I'm looking forward to meeting her and having a nice dinner as a family. It'll be really fun. I hope that we can have a good time together while eating some really nice food.
Me too. I hope we'll have a lot of fun getting to know one another and talk about our lives and our careers. I'll tell my daughter not to worry.
I feel less worried about it now than before I told you, so thank you. We're going to become a family after all, so it's best to keep the communication open. I'll see you at the dinner. Good evening. It's very nice to talk with you today. I'm Gwyneth. I'm Whitney's mom. I just got your number now and wanted to message you in advance. Oh, you're Whitney's mom? Well, it's very nice to talk with you too. I'm Ryan's mom, Charlotte, and I'm looking forward to meeting you and joining our families together. So I was asking Whitney a bit about your family. I just felt it was better to talk to you about this in advance rather than at the dinner table. I actually got your contact information through your son, Ryan, and it's paramount that we talk about this right now. Oh, okay. What is it that you wanted to talk about, Gwyneth? Are you sure it can't wait until the dinner? Must this be discussed over the phone like this? So I had no idea that Ryan was raised in a single-parent household, that he was raised by only you. Were you trying to hide that little piece of information about you? Huh? What do you mean? Why are you even talking about this? How is this something that you needed to know? Well, your son has never mentioned anything up until now about his upbringing. I just got the impression that he's ashamed. He was obviously hiding it. But to be honest, I was actually shocked to find out he came from a single-mother household. I never would have guessed that about him at all. Sorry, I just don't understand why you brought this up, Gwyneth. Why are we having this conversation? It's not very good to talk about this through messaging. I guess it's kind of hard to believe that Ryan would hide the fact that he was only brought up by me, but I didn't think that many people cared about that. Whitney knew about this information, and she's also met just me, so she knows everything about the family situation. So are you telling me that Whitney knows everything that she needs to know about your family? Is that what you're trying to say? I know that she knew about this. I don't see how my son has done anything bad by not telling you every single thing about him yet. Look, I'm sorry, I might not be understanding or something, but what is your point in this conversation exactly, Gwyneth? If I actually knew that your son was from a single-parent household, I would have told him that he couldn't marry my daughter. I would have never permitted it. I'm sorry, but what did you just say to me? Are you telling me that Ryan wouldn't have been allowed to marry Whitney because he was raised by only one parent? I know that Ryan works for a really well-established company, and I've heard that he's gotten a good education as well. So I just thought that his parents are good people that put a lot of effort into getting a good education and being successful in life. Oh, is that what he told you? My son is definitely one to brag about his success, which is fine. He's done well in life. Yes, but I never expected that he was brought up by a single mother. It just doesn't make that much sense to me. Single mothers just sit at the bottom of society, you know. Excuse me? What did you just say to me? You think because I have no husband, I've got no choice but to sit at the bottom of society? Look, all I want to happen today is for you to cut ties with your son, Ryan. We can't have a single mother associated with our family. If you do this, we'll allow him to marry Whitney. Then everyone's problems will be solved. Your son will be happier without his single mother. I really don't understand where you're coming from at all, Gwyneth. This is insane. You really think that single parents sit at the bottom of society? Isn't that what I've been trying to tell you throughout this entire conversation? I can't believe that he came from a poor single-parent family. I can't believe that he kept a secret like this until the moment we all decided to meet up with one another and for him to marry my daughter. I feel like I can't trust anyone anymore. It's ridiculous. I shouldn't have been kept in the dark about this. It's very important that we understand everything about you. You can't just assume that a single-parent household is sitting at the bottom of society. It makes it sound like we've been in poverty his entire life. I don't understand why Ryan would hide this kind of detail about his family, but it's just a misunderstanding, okay? Hey, I never misunderstood anything, all right? Unfortunately, everything has been set up for tomorrow, but it should be okay if you cancel your reservation, right? Aside from that, I don't really have anything else to talk about with a woman who sits at the bottom of society with the rest of the single mothers. Please, take it easy, Gwyneth. You really know nothing about me, so you need to stop assuming things this instant. I was looking forward to tomorrow. It's an important opportunity to get to know each other as a family. It would be terrible if I was made to cancel all because of a misunderstanding, right? Charlotte, I don't get what you're talking about because there are no misunderstandings here. You're a single mother, are you not? I've got no desire to be associated with a poor woman like you. It's just not a good look. If you don't cut ties with Ryan, then I've got no choice but to reconsider this marriage. I'm planning to tell Whitney what's going to happen if you don't do this. We don't want you involved with this family. No, there's definitely a misunderstanding because you understand who I am as a person. To be honest with you, I'm not poor. Look, how about we just talk about each other's background tomorrow at the dinner? Like I said before, it's a great chance to get to know each other. I do apologize that it's come to this, but you really need to stop making these assumptions about me, okay? Wouldn't it be better to meet and talk this out first than do this over messaging? We'll be digging holes deeper and deeper if we keep messaging like this. Well, by the looks of it, I guess you're not going to cancel your reservation at our table tomorrow. You're going to end up regretting this decision. Tomorrow you'll be in an upper-class restaurant, so you, a poor woman, will be so happy, won't you? I bet you've got nothing nice to wear either. I don't think I'll be acting the way you assume I will, but thanks for the advice you're giving. I'll also be a little more careful with what I choose to wear. Well, the better thing to do would be to not come to the dinner tomorrow, okay? I've given you a lot of advice, so you need to take it seriously. And again, I thank you for that, but this is all for my son, and I'll put him first in this. I've got no plans to cancel. I'll see you tomorrow at the dinner, Gwyneth. Okay, you've made your point in this. You should have taken my advice. You need to go home early. Don't even think about showing your face in front of my family again. Wow, I am stunned by your reaction, Gwyneth. I thought that you were a grown woman who knew how to treat people better. I never expected that Whitney's mother would be so arrogant. How could you be like that in front of so many people? It's crazy. Are you serious with that line, Charlotte? A poor woman's words like that don't even hurt me. At least I'm not a single mother like you. Hey, I had to hold myself back since we were all greeting each other for the first time before my son gets married to your daughter. I've hit the limit of my patience, so of course I'm going home. Please give my regards to your husband, Dan. My husband will be coming to the restaurant sometime soon, but I'll have dinner with my family and we will then leave. I bet that you really wanted to eat at a really high-class restaurant. You know, I really wish you could have eaten that food that was specially prepared for you. When it comes to cooking, do you even call them dishes? What makes you think that I don't know anything about food? Well, I know that being in a restaurant like this is such a treat for you. Since you're a poor person, you should eat as much as you can. I really didn't expect my son's own mother-in-law would look down on his mother so much. To be honest, I am shocked that a mother has this sort of attitude. Would you please hold back on making me cut ties with my son? It's a horrible idea. What if I were to make a complaint about you? Yeah, sure you will. If you were to come back inside now, I'll feed you some food, okay? But I did say yesterday you'll regret it if you do anything. Wow. You look down on me and then you're overjoyed at the fact that I walked out of the restaurant? You're the one who's going to regret the joy you have. I hate to break it to you, but you'll see what hell feels like soon enough, Gwyneth. You'll be the one regretting all the actions you took. Karma works in mysterious ways, you know? What the heck? What the hell are you even talking about? Do you really think over-exaggerating is going to do anything to me? If you wanted to eat with me that much, you should have come back here and sat at the table. Let the two families meet and we can enjoy dinner at a 5-star restaurant. Ah, if only you weren't a poor single parent and thinks that one dish is a whole meal. All right, that's it. I've had enough of this. I feel uncomfortable being in this conversation, so if you'll excuse me, I'll leave. It seems like my son will be going home with you today, so I'll leave you all to it. I'll just try and take my mind off of this. This is too much for me right now. I don't need this.
Gwyneth, you need to listen to what I'm about to say to you. What did you say to that person?
Huh? What on earth are you talking about? I don't know who you're talking about. You need to give me a bit more of an explanation.
I was late for a meeting because I ran into Ryan and he talked to me. Did his mother already leave to go home? I heard that you only had her there so that you could target her with your terrible attitude. Don't you think you're mistaken? Are you kidding me with this crap, Gwyneth?
Oh, you met up with Ryan? Oh, that's nice, dear. That's right. I guess I did kind of target her. You know full right that a woman at the bottom of society is not suitable for being in this family. So I told her nice and politely to not show up to the dinner and to just go home. What's so wrong with that? We don't need her kind around here.
Are you kidding me, Gwyneth? Would you cut the crap? Why do you always have to start drama? This is why I never tell you anything.
Excuse me, you can't just talk to me like this, Dan. What on earth are you talking about anyways? Why don't you tell me things?
Because you always read things the wrong way. Don't you understand what you did? That person you pushed away is the president of my company.
Huh? What person? Who is the president of the company? What are you talking about, Dan? Dan, you're not making a lick of sense to me.
Ryan's mother, Charlotte, the one you've been treating so horribly, is the president of the company that I work for, President Watson. Can't you imagine all the blood rushing to my cheeks? I'm so embarrassed. Do you understand what you've done? She's my boss.
Whoa. Just rewind a little bit, okay? What are you saying? I've got no idea what's going on. I'm so confused, Dan. Are you saying that Charlotte is your boss? Not that miserable, poor, single mother. Oh, surely not. You must be mistaken.
You're seriously the scum of all humanity, Gwyneth. Why did you treat her this way just because she raised her son as a single mother? Her husband was actually the previous president of the company. Unfortunately, he passed away in a car accident over 10 years ago.
Oh, God. Are you being serious? Look, I had no idea that any of that happened to her and that her husband was the last president of your company.
I was the one that asked her son to marry our daughter in the first place. I feel like that's a pretty coherent conversation, Gwyneth. I was so happy that our children decided to get married to each other. Originally, I was the one asking Charlotte to set up as a couple.
What the heck are you saying? Why didn't you tell me such an important matter? You should have kept me in the loop so none of this would have happened. I had no idea of this at all. I had no idea that Charlotte was the president of the company. It was hard to imagine her as a president. What's so bad about me acting like I did?
President Watson didn't want people to pay too much attention to her high-level position. I didn't say anything because I wanted you to get to know each other. Not as career people, but as family. The way we should have done it, I really thought that you had more manners than what you showed, but I was wrong. I really never expected anything like this to happen. This is all your fault, you stupid woman. How could you treat her like that?
Okay, just hold on a minute. Whitney just left. Where the heck is she going? Oh, for goodness sake, if things continue like this, I'll be all alone in this restaurant. It's going to be so awkward sitting at this huge table. This was not supposed to happen. This is that woman's fault. She should have just been truthful about herself. Can you please hurry up and get here, Dan? Let's just discuss things and think about all of this together.
No way. I am coming over there just so you won't be alone at a table. It's completely impossible to reason with you, Gwyneth.
What did you just say to me? What's so impossible about talking to me? All you had to do was tell me the truth.
I never told you anything because you're always so quick to judge people before you get to know them. I can't even look at your face right now. You need to leave the restaurant right now. Even if I go and apologize to President Watson, it doesn't change what you said and did to her. For now, the reservation will only be for Ryan and Whitney. It wouldn't be good if you were still hanging around and ruining the mood. So get out! You've caused enough trouble for one day and for a lifetime, to be honest. How dare you treat a widow so badly? She never asked for this single mother life. How dare you be so rude?
Wait, Dan. Oh, don't you think you're being too harsh right now? Wait, sweetheart, please. Where are you right now? Please talk to me. Hello, Charlotte. Are you there? I really do apologize for messaging so late at night. Do you have time to talk by any chance right now? What do you want to say to me this time, Gwyneth? What could you possibly say so that it seems like you're looking down on me? I've got absolutely nothing at all to say to you anymore. I'm done listening to all the nonsense you say. You've said and done enough. Are you just trying to dish out more crap to make me feel bad? Oh, please don't say that. It's imperative that I talk to you right now. I've come here to apologize, but also to say that isn't it terrible that we couldn't participate in the dinner tonight? I had no idea that you were the president of a company. I really did act a little rude tonight, and I shouldn't have. It was not good. If I had known that you were the president of my husband's company, I wouldn't have behaved the way that I did. Well, what you said to me told me all there is to know about you, Gwyneth. I know enough now about you and what judgments I need to make. Huh? What is that supposed to mean? Charlotte, I just admitted that if I'd known more about you, I wouldn't have acted like that. You know, Dan, my managing director had something to say about your attitude. I can't trust people who turn their backs on me. He was right in not saying anything to you. The words you said and the way you behaved to me yesterday and today was enough for me to see. I've got no desire to become relatives with you. Okay, I understand why you would say that to me, but you calling off our children's marriage just because you don't like me is a bit far, isn't it? There's no way that I could possibly cancel their marriage when they go quite well together. I'm not that much of a self-centered person. Huh? Oh, what you're saying makes no sense then. We'll probably be relatives if this marriage still goes on, right? I'm Whitney's mom and you're Ryan's mom. Well, I guess it was a good idea to have had you join us at the restaurant. I just wish I knew more about you, but I don't know why you got me kicked out, though. I guess you've misunderstood the situation once again, Gwyneth. I wasn't the one who kicked you out. You were kicked out by your husband, Dan. It seems like Whitney and Dan have grown really fond of me and didn't want me to be interrogated and berated by you. Huh? What do you mean that they've grown fond of you? What have you done for my husband and daughter to make them like you so much? You know why they like me, even if I don't have to tell you all the details. Your husband must have told you this himself, right? I don't get what you're talking about, Charlotte. I was told that he would get a divorce from me and that I would have to leave the house. I'm just feeling so emotional right now. I just can't think straight. There's no way that he's being serious, right? Oh, this can't be happening to me. Well, that's not something that I know about, Gwyneth. That's your own business that you have to deal with because of what you did. Your actions angered our managing director, who is normally really calm when issues arise. I guess this won't ever end for him unless he does something about it. Well, it sounds like now you'll have nothing to do with Whitney anymore, so there's not much reason to refuse their marriage, right? What do you mean by that? Are you telling me that Whitney and you will no longer be a part of my family anymore? How can you possibly do this? Don't you think you're taking this a little bit too far, Charlotte? You do realize that she's my daughter, right? You can't make her leave me. I'm not making her or your husband do anything they don't want to do. Your actions have embarrassed her and Dan, and they just don't want you around anymore. We're going to let your family decide what they're going to do about this mess of a situation. To be honest, it doesn't matter to me if you get divorced. Or that they're cutting ties with you. Even if those things don't happen, I'm sure they'll still decide to not hang around a family member like you anymore. What? How dare you say something like that to me? My own family can't do this to me. I've come here to apologize, and this is what I get in return? I want Ryan to be happy, and he's very happy with Whitney. She's a good girl, and she doesn't have any of your horrible traits. That's why I'm agreeing to them getting married. I want what is best for them. You obviously care more about status than anything else. With or without knowing my circumstances, you still made assumptions about me and decided to make me go away just because I'm a single mother. I lost my husband. I wasn't a single mother by choice. I can't forgive you for treating me like a poor person when I'm not. You shouldn't be treating anyone like that at all. Don't you think it's natural for me to have this sort of response? That I don't want you involved with this family after what you said? Please don't do this to me. Please just ignore what I said and did earlier on. I've been reflecting on what I did, and I was definitely going a bit insane. I just automatically thought that single mothers are generally poor because their husbands leave them with nothing. I didn't know you lost yours. But now I understand what's going on here. Look, Charlotte, I'm really sorry for what I did, and I'll never do it again. Could you please mediate between me and my husband? He's not listening to me, and he won't return any of my calls. Since you're his boss, I'm sure he'll listen to you, and he'll do what you say. Wait, what? Why are you getting me involved for? Why should I have to do it? Your marriage and the relationship you have with your daughter is none of my business. I'm not some witch who can magically fix your problems. My husband is really angry with me because I made you angry when I didn't mean to. I had no idea of your situation. This will all be resolved if you just tell Dan that you don't care and that we can all start over and just try and build a family together. Don't destroy my marriage. Gwyneth, you've brought this on yourself. You're destroying your own marriage, not me. Stop blaming me for everything that goes wrong in your life. I've got no idea where you're coming from with this at all, but I've had enough of it. You've completely betrayed your husband's trust in not making judgments. We're all simply rejoicing in the fact that the children are going to marry each other. I've arranged another meeting with us excluding you. I feel so sorry for Dan that it had to come to this, but you just ruined everything and, well, you've got to pay for it now. Please, just do something to help me. What will happen if I get divorced? If that happens, I've got nowhere else to go. I'll be homeless. And that's not all. Whitney's also mad at me, right? Oh, please, just help me out. Don't mess up my family any more than it already is. I'm really over this entire conversation, so if you'll excuse me, I've got business to attend to. But aren't you glad this happened, Gwyneth? At least now you'll find out how a poor person feels, right? Please eat some rice before you get kicked out of your house. With that, I say goodbye to you, you horrible woman. Stop judging a book by its cover. Get to know people first. You know what? I don't think I ever want to step foot into another 5-star restaurant ever again because of you. You've put me off so much. In the end, Charlotte ignored Gwyneth for the rest of the night. Gwyneth tried to apologize to her over and over again, but it wasn't going to be enough. She tried to flatter Charlotte, but she was not paying her any attention. And of course, Whitney and Gwyneth's husband Dan also cut her out of their lives. Once they held another meeting without Gwyneth present, the meeting continued without her being there. They communicate way better without her around. It sounds like Whitney and Ryan had an amazing wedding celebration and are happily married now. Gwyneth was not invited even though she was the mother of the bride. She wasn't even allowed to come into the wedding venue at all. It's ironic how she couldn't attend, but it's the result of her own actions. There's no way that anyone would sympathize with Gwyneth on this. She brought it on herself. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, Brianna. Thank you so much for the investment.
Hi, Ryan. No problem. I really wanted to help you.
The project will definitely succeed thanks to you.
I really didn't do anything, but I know you would do the same for me when I'm in trouble.
Yes, definitely.
Well, my dad used to have an investment from your dad, so as his daughter and the current CEO, I'm just returning that favor.
You don't need to do that. Your father was a shrewd businessman, and I learned a lot from him. His death really is a great loss to us.
My dad was a cheerful man enjoying life every day, so he's probably drinking in heaven right now.
I would love to join him someday.
Me too. So please don't be too sad, because my dad won't like that, okay?
You're right about that. I'll do my best for him.
Me too. I actually need to make sure not to make my dad's company go bankrupt.
You are independent. I love that. I can't believe that a perfect woman like you is married to Micah.
I'm not perfect. Micah is outstanding and more perfect than me. He got into a big company without any connections, and he's a top salesman, right? I have a lot to learn from him.
Yes, but he's still a newbie, and needs to learn more about the industry.
He does? I thought he knew everything.
He doesn't. I'm pretty familiar, so I'm going to teach him.
Can I sometimes join in too?
Sure.
Actually, may I hear about this at dinner tonight if we have time to talk?
Absolutely. But since all of my relatives are coming, there might not be time. I'm so sorry.
Please don't apologize. Let's enjoy the dinner tonight.
I'm so nervous to introduce you to my family because you're so out of their league.
Don't be. Everyone is equal, and I don't judge people because it's a waste of time. I'm excited to meet new people, so don't worry about it.
Thank you so much. OMG, you are the nicest person.
Am I? I'm just being myself. Anyways, see you later.
Yeah, see you later.
Hey, you! Who's this? Victoria. Hi, did something happen? I heard from Micah that you're at my house. Why are you there? Isn't today the family dinner? I'm just waiting for all of you to come home. Is there a problem? Can I not be here? Of course not. You don't have my permission. That's trespassing. I also don't even know you, so I'm going to call the cops. Oh my gosh, are we seriously doing this again? I told you before that trespassing is when a person who you don't know goes into someone's place without permission. Also, you know exactly who I am and even know my ID. Do I need to tell you my name again? It's Brianna. Please remember, we're family. Yeah, whatever. What? Family? Since when? Sorry, but I don't know you. You said I was when I got married to Micah. Oh, I did? I don't remember that, but even if I did, I take it back. Did something happen to you, like an accident? Because it seems like you forgot about this and other things. Or is it age? Nothing happened, and stop treating me like I'm old. I'm still young. Oh, you must be okay because you're talking back. That's good, you made me nervous. Are you making fun of me? No, I was scared. Anyways, did you forget my face and name? I'll be meeting you in a little bit, so would you like me to put it on a name tag? I can if you want me to. That way you'll remember me. That's enough. Are you trying to pick a fight with me? What? Pick a fight? No, I'm just worried about you and thought it would be a good idea. If I do that way you'll get to know me. You don't have to do that because I don't care. Why are you mean when Micah is not around? What do you not like about me? I really want to know. Fine, I'll tell you. You're not part of our family. I asked you for the reason. That answer is like saying the house burned down if I ask you why there's a fire. We're not talking about a fire right now. Are you stupid? I know that. It's just an example. You were so weird. This is obviously not getting through your head, so we'll end this conversation. You know what? You're pissing me off, so please leave. I'm asking you nicely. Why? I just got here. So what? I don't want to see your face. Please don't say that. I'm excited for tonight because we're having sushi, right? I was craving for it, so I definitely want to eat it. Who said that you're allowed to eat? It's a family dinner, right? Yeah, but this is my house, so I have the right to decide. Plus, didn't I just tell you to leave? Keep on saying that it's your house, but the owner is your husband, right? I'm sure he'll say I can stay. I don't think so. Why? He doesn't want you to be part of the family. He's tired and annoyed at your attitude because you act like you're above everyone else because you're a CEO. I know you're lying because you never say that about me. I'm actually surprised that you're forgetful, but can make up a lie. Is this one of your talents? I'm not lying about this. Do you have proof? He said this on the phone, so I don't. Also, Micah. He once told me that he regrets marrying you. He called you an idiot. On the phone, huh? It's obvious that you're lying about this because I just talked to Ryan 10-15 minutes ago. And Micah yesterday, and they told me how much they appreciate me. It's true that I'm an idiot, though. Should I punch you in the face once? Maybe you'll remember everything and change your attitude. Shut your mouth. Just admitted that you're an idiot, right? Yeah, I mean, it's better to be honest than lie like you. I'm not surprised because your dead father was an idiot too.
Excuse me? He was exactly like you, like father, like daughter. Weird and two-faced. I would be embarrassed to have a father like him.
You can talk shit about me as much as you want, but not my dad. You just crossed a line. I can't stand people making fun of my dad. I'm just telling the truth. Anyways, I'm going to be there in a little bit, so if the sushi comes, can you receive it and put it on top of the kitchen counter? It's only for my family, so you can't have any. Your dinner is canned soup that I put on the floor for you in the dining room. I'm leaving, so that's not going to happen.
Oh, are you mad?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to let Ryan and Micah know about this.
Oh, hi, Brianna. Did you call me?
Yeah, I did. Sorry to call you while you're at work. I wanted to talk to you about something.
Don't worry about it. Sorry I couldn't pick up because Victoria was calling me. My lunch break is over now, so would it be okay for me to text you? I could call you back in like an hour or so if it's easier to talk on the phone. If it's an emergency, I can call you now.
Victoria called you? I bet she was lying to you. It's not an emergency, so texting is totally fine with me.
Thank you for understanding. Can we talk about Victoria first before you ask me something? Sorry.
Actually, that something is about Victoria.
Oh, did something happen between you two? She was talking shit about you and said how you were being rude to her.
What? Are you serious? She was the one being rude to me.
Don't worry, I knew that from the beginning, so I didn't really listen to her.
Do you know what she told me? She told me to leave the house because I was not invited and not part of the family.
Did she really say that? It was very rude of her. You were always welcome in my house because you're like family to me. Plus, Micah and I invited you. What the hell is she talking about?
Thanks, Ryan. She also said that you were tired and annoyed by my attitude because I looked down on everyone because I'm a CEO or something like that. But I know you will never say that.
That's right. Never in a million years will I say something like that.
So that's why I didn't listen to her. Do you know what else she said?
What?
She told me to can soup on the floor instead of sushi because it's only for her family.
Seriously? You can't believe her. You don't need to do that, okay?
Yeah, it was ridiculous, so I decided to go home.
What? You're going home?
Yeah, she also said one more thing that really pissed me off. I don't want to see her because I might punch her in the face.
What did she say? You're not like this, so I'm surprised.
She said that my dad was weird and an idiot.
Oh, that is not okay. She crossed the line. I'm so pissed off right now. Thank you for telling me everything. I have a plan, so can you please send me screenshots of the conversations you had with her?
Sure. Do you need my help with that?
No, I can do it by myself. Thanks.
Hello? If you see this message, please respond or else I'll call you until you pick up. Can you stop calling me 60 missed calls in 10 minutes? Seriously? Why are you not picking up? I was driving from my office to my house listening to Backstreet Boys. That's why. I can't text while I'm driving. Everyone knows that. What the hell do you want? Please come back. Why? My husband is pissed at me. Yeah, and? What did you say? I just told him what you said to me, that's it. Can you come back and ask him? He's ignoring me. Hey, if you're home, can you call me? Nope. I know it's going to be a waste of time. I want to take a rest without any distraction until my reservation time for the sushi restaurant. I couldn't eat at your place, so... Please, our family dinner is ruined right now. Oh, is it? Well, I'm so lucky I was able to leave because I really don't like family dinner. That's not what I want to talk about now. No one is going to tell me why my husband is pissed off. I will tell you then. Your husband has an investment in my company. What is that? What does that mean? It means that I'm helping him earn money, so do you have any idea how bad things will get if we don't get along? What? Really? I don't care about that. Why didn't you tell me about this? Well, we agreed to keep it a secret because we thought that people would be concerned about this because it's risky. How much did he invest? Why should I tell you? Because I'm his wife. It's his money and he told me not to tell you. I don't care if he told you not to tell me. I have a right to know. That's not my problem, so can you talk to him about that? Oh, Micah's also pissed off, just to let you know, and other people too. Other people? Wait, did you tell my relatives also? Yes, I did. I sent them screenshots of our conversation. Is this why everyone is in another room talking and staring at me? Maybe? There might be other reasons too. I don't care though. Nellie, excuse me? I want to take a nap before I go to the sushi restaurant. No, please, can you come back? I'll apologize. I'm going to get kicked out of the house. You should experience hell once because Ryan has been spoiling you this whole time. Now that you're in this situation, do you regret what you've done? Yes, I do, and I don't know what to do. Gee, what should I do? Hi, honey. I'm so sorry for everything. I didn't know that you two were business related.
You were about to break the relationship I had with our company.
I'm sorry. I'll apologize to you as many times as you want.
I also can't believe that you were going to make Brianna eat canned soup off the floor.
No, I was thinking about eating that later on. You know, like a midnight snack.
I have all the screenshots of the conversations you had with her, so don't think about making excuses. Also, it seems like you said things that Micah and I never said.
Oh, about that.
The number one thing that pissed me off is you making fun of her dad. She was trying to be cool about that, but she was really pissed off.
Look, I'm regretting what I said and what I did.
You've done something that's unforgivable.
I know that. I'll be more careful not to say those things from now on.
From now on? There is no from now on. I want you to leave the house.
What? What do you mean?
Leave the house and let's get divorced. I can't deal with you anymore.
Wait, please don't leave me.
Everyone here agrees with me, so just shut up and leave, okay? I'm asking you nicely.
We talk about this and rethink what?
There is no need to talk about this. Bye.
Wait, please. Why are you still calling me? 700 missed calls? Really? Where are you now? I just finished eating sushi now, and since I don't have anything to do, I was thinking about going to the city and looking for the fattest rat. I'm at your company now. Why? Oh, are you going to apply for a cleaning job? Thank you, because we did need one. No, I'm here to ask the company to make an investment for my husband. What are you talking about? My husband's investment. Weren't you planning to do it today? Even though you're not here, I'll ask someone. Are you serious? People will think you're crazy if you do that. Are you inside the building now? Yes, and I'll go talk to the employees. I don't care because I'm going to get kicked out and get divorced. I actually did it already today. What? Then why is he still pissed? I thought he was mad that you didn't do the investment. Are you stupid? Did you think that that's the reason? Seriously. Yes. Wow, I don't even have a word to say to you. By the way, I just got a text from one of my employees that the police is going to be there soon. What? Why? You stormed in and yelled at everyone and threw staplers and calculators at them? And at the wall, so of course the cops are gonna come. You could have hurt one of my employees and you made a hole in the wall. I'll demand compensation because you damaged my property. Sorry I did that, I was panicking. It doesn't matter. I'm so embarrassed and I don't want anything to do with you, so I'll cut ties with you. Wait, we're a family, right? Can you explain to the cops that I was panicking and misunderstood something? Who's this? I don't know you. Sorry. Bye. Victoria was taken away by the police for trespassing and obstruction of business. Because of that, everyone in her family cut ties with her, and since she had nowhere to go, she became homeless. She needed to pay for the compensation but had no money, so she had to go into debt. She's now a day worker, working long hours every day. The canned soup that she was going to make me eat on the floor is now her expensive meal. How funny is that, right? On the other hand, Ryan had a very successful project that I invested $30 million in. He's now focusing on his job to cover up the loneliness of being single. But Micah and I will always be there for him. Now that Victoria's gone, I'm living a stress-free life and I'm enjoying my life every day.